I told him.
Obviously.
It's not that I'm full of. In fact, I can see where you're saying. I didn't actually debunk it. That wasn't my goal. My goal was simply to say, you're totally right. That's what I've shown you.
Right.
I am full of it, and that is what I've shown you.
All right.
You know? And so it's been and for some people it's a hurdle. Once he and I were on the same page, and once he got to know me better, we're all great. But it's been a hurdle for me because there are three hurdles. There's not living up to my own expectations for myself in terms of humor, not living up to other people's expectations, because when you're the funny guy and you have that day where you're just not funny and no jokes are working, everyone likes to point it out.
Yeah.
Dude, that joke sucked. Dude, and you're like, thanks for the commentary. How about you have an original thought? I've seen that airplane bomb stuff before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're real pissy too.
Yeah, and it's because you have your own expectations, so you're disappointed by other people's disappointment. And then the third real major hindrance for me is it creates a very nice wall. The shield has developed into a much bigger sphere around me at certain points where you can't. Actually, we stopped being friends. Memphis in May, which is a big concert in Memphis. It's a big show. It's a live festival.
All right.
And great show, many. And she called me out. She was like, "You don't reveal it. You don't reveal anything." Yeah. And I was like, "Not really."
I do that too.
And she totally called it off, and we weren't friends after that.
All right.
And now we've come back to being friends later, many years after college.
All right.
She's come back to town with chat. She's
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
But she was right. She's one of the few people who called me out on it.
Yeah.
And she realized she wasn't actually getting the friends she thought she had.
So clever. I love it.
And she called me out, and she was right. You know?
Yeah, I get that too. I get that a lot. I do that a lot. Not a lot of people call me on it either.
Yeah.
But I do that. I do that a lot. I hide behind the humor. I hide behind what I think is clever comments and just general knowledge stuff. Like you can hide behind that really.
That's true.
Just blurred numbers and stuff, and people think, "Oh, he knows what he's talking about." I don't know damn thing. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about the world. I don't know anything, but I can talk to you like you'll believe it. I do. I can fake it real good.
He knows some stuff. He knows some stuff.
I can fake it real good. So I'm good at talking. That's what I do. I'm a seller. Basically I'm a salesperson. I'm a salesman.
Yeah, I'm going
sales
into
assistant.
Yeah.
That's basically what I can do because I can bullshit you all the way.
But he's not bullshit. What he means by bullshit is just discuss. Yeah. If you make it sound like you're a magician trying to pull something over someone's eyes, you're not. You're not. That is not the case. Because I know that comedian. I know that comic. Yeah. I have friends like this who are so involved in their shtick, so involved in their persona, that they kind of lose what it's like to be a real deal person.
Yeah.
You know,
that's true.
And that's not you.
Not really. Sometimes it is. I mean, sometimes
really?
Like you work with people you know, which is cool. But when you're at a job that just any job, just a regular job with first days or whatever, and you have that certain that job face you put on, the job suit. It's not a physical piece of clothing, but like that. It's that surface you put on. And there's the small talk and how's the day been? Oh, it's alright. What about this weather? And,
the water cooler stuff.
Yeah, and all you want to do is just punch him in the face because he's an idiot. But the thing is, everybody's like that.
Yeah.
You have that thing to as well, and that really bothers me. I do it a lot at work. I do it a lot in general because, like I said, I don't really care about. I don't really have to. Yeah, I don't have to impress anybody anymore. So I just put on that small talk face. And which is why it's really good to, like, when you meet people you actually like.
Yeah. It helps.
And you get to kick it. You get to be yourself. Because a lot of that, like the official world, like I told you before, I'm worried about growing up. I'm worried about getting old and becoming an adult. Really bothers me a lot. Because you're so boring when you're an adult.
Yeah.
Being an adult is boring as hell. It's not about age. It's nothing to do with age at all.
Right.
It's just concerning yourself with like the little stuff and the whole career chasing thing. Like that's the most important. No, I gotta get a job. I gotta get a house. I gotta get a wife. I gotta get all of that. And that really bothers me because none of that stuff. I mean, obviously it matters. Family matters. That's not what I'm saying. But what doesn't matter is like social status and stuff like that. I don't give
prestige and all that.
Yeah, I don't want to care about that. But you do. You grow up and you start caring about that. You start caring about what other people think more. You start caring about what you have. What do I have? What can I show you? What do I do? What's my job? This is my job. This is what I do. This is where I'm going. And a lot of people put too much into that.
I totally agree. I'm glad you just. I have to pee. I'm listening, but I'm glad you distinguish it as a choice because it is.
Yeah.
Adulthood is a choice, and boring ass turn off your fun button. Adulthood is also a choice.
Absolutely, and there's a lot. I mean, a lot of people don't do it.
Right.
You're gonna find an angle where people can't see your penis.
Yes, we're good. Like your folks are funny. My folks are funny.
Yeah. But your parents are much like my parents are very adult that way, like the way I was talking about.
They're pretty responsible, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Which is good. I mean, obviously it's been good for me and my brother because they took care of us.
Sure.
But your parents are more. Your parents are better persons.
I'm not gonna go with that.
They are because they're looser, they're freer, and they care about stuff that actually matters.
Well.
And I care about, I get into politics as well. With my parents, we talk a lot about politics, and we have a lot of class discussion.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'm big on class.
Like socioeconomic?
Yeah, exactly. Like we were talking about earlier, I don't believe in the concept of race as a divider between people.
It's not.
But I do believe in class.
Yes.
We still live in a class society.
Yeah, we do.
There's a big differences between classes. There's people who don't get anything and will never get anything because there's an upper class keeping them down. I believe that.
Yeah, there's absolutely stratification.
Yeah.
There's definitely different levels of things.
Yeah.
And in some places like India, don't they still rock the caste system over in India?
They do. They have laws against it. You're not allowed to put people in a hierarchy based on caste, but they do still. There's still a lot of that, I can't marry her because she's from a lower caste.
Right, I was going to say.
People still do that in India, which is...
You're always going to be supporting a caste system if you have arranged marriages.
Oh, yeah.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I don't want to rag on anybody's culture. If that's your thing, do that. If that makes you happy, if you want to be... If you're a Hindu or a Jew or a Muslim.
The Jews do it. They used to. Some still do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of... Obviously, religion that'll mess you up, but... because there's a lot of rules.
It is
I'm
very
not that big on rules.
Yeah. It is very regulated.
I'm big on fascism. I love fascism.
Yeah.